Hello, it's Dwayne, obviously, and the date is April 8th, 2022. And the reason why I say that is because I may not have this upload exactly on time because I'm tired and it's late. It's 2:43. So yeah, that isn't anything new though. If you follow me on this channel, then you already know that I take forever to edit anything worth watching, and that the only thing that you can expect to be swift is vlogs, if anything. The reason why I chose to wait this long, I didn't even choose to. I didn't have this video planned, but it's usually at night when we all feel down and in the dumps and bad. Um, when we usually feel our loneliest and our most depressed. And I mean, look at me, like, I didn't comb my hair, I didn't shave or anything like that. And, you know, to get to the point that I'm trying to get at is basically like on my Instagram, on my Snapchat, as well as my Facebook on a weekly basis, sometimes daily basis, I post my training, my working out, and I'll get a few comments here and there, and I mean a few, okay, just a few, like maybe 3 in a week at most. Usually probably maybe 2, but I'll get 3 maybe a week saying something like, "Do you sleep?" or "Wow," like basically just positive comments of people being astounded that I put this much effort into trying to live a healthier life, or the dedication I'm trying to put towards something like physical training and the focus and such. And there was a night I had maybe a week ago, where I just sat here in my room with the lights off and I just contemplated just a lot that I had been through. And I tried to keep working out. I tried to keep training, and I couldn't. Um, I mean, maybe it's just me, but violin music or piano music as well, or both of them, as well as orchestral music, that hits a weak spot. Okay, that the soft, smooth, beautiful elegance, slow. It it can get you thinking of beautiful memories, but also sad ones, ones that are so beautiful you wish you could go back to, and you can't. The thing is, maybe in the future you could recreate those moments with someone else, but you just wish you could go back with that person. You wish you could go back into that moment again with the person you originally made that memory with, and you can't. Some people are lucky enough, some people can. Most of us aren't those people though. So anyway, I have this, whatever you'd call it, breakdown episode moment. I have this issue, this situation. I'm stuck in this depressing night, trying to train, trying to do something that I think is my purpose, because at this moment I feel like I'm grasping at straws because I'm doing college, but I'm lazy. And why am I lazy? Because I'm not ambitious. Why am I not ambitious? Because I'm not driven. Because college is not a driving purpose for me. Because doing pre-law and being a lawyer is not what it doesn't get me up in the morning happy and ready to go. Okay, yes, I'm still heartbroken. Yes, I'm still hurting often, whether it's over a stupid right. I'm still hurting from life in general. From life in general. And I'm in college. Excuse me, college is just not the driving factor because pre-law's not the driving factor for me, but I train, I exercise. Why? Because martial arts is a driving factor. Why? Because I'm a fighter. It's all I know. And I'm not saying I've been fighting in the streets doing bulls since I was a child. No. I'm not that kind of fighter, not like how do you say his name? Peter Yan, or a lot of mixed martial artist fighters, fighting since they were childs, or for the survival and for the sport, whether like Habib or Conor McGregor, anybody like that. No, been fighting internally with my issues and my regret and my sorrow and depression, like the majority. Okay, there's a lot of people who don't have time for depression or other things at the moment because they're too driven, focused on their goal. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to get past the depression. I'm trying to not think about it by focusing on a goal, which has to do with martial arts. So when I'm training at night, that is what I'm trying to do, train. But sometimes after a long day of training, long day of schoolwork, sometimes you decide to put a simple song on or put a little bit of music on because you've trained hard the rest of the day. Now you can just calm down and take a moment for yourself. Train lightly, don't overdo it, don't pull something, don't overstretch, don't do anything stupid. Take a moment, just slow and calm. And in that moment, whether it's the song that happened, the song that came on, that gives you flashbacks, or just pulls on a string, or it's the work, or just doing the movement slowly. Okay, it's that little space of your mind not being distracted by martial arts or any other purpose. It's that little space in time that the depressing memories creep in there. Those happy memories creep into your head that you never make again with those people, or in general, maybe. Where you get the overwhelming feeling as if you will always be miserable as you are now. Anyway, moreover, I'm in this depressing feeling, right? This overwhelming, miserable situation on the floor doing push-ups. But I have the camera there, right? I have the phone recording because I was going to upload this me doing push-ups onto the Instagram. Why? Because the same reason I could run miles in my backyard. Instead, I choose to do it outside in my neighborhood. I don't do it for any sort of publicity, like the neighbors watching me do it, right? But now, being an older adult now, I can see over the past years, me doing that has actually gotten people in my neighborhood outside. The older, the younger, the less healthier, right? And I'm not by any means doing it for them, right? Because you have to do it for yourself. But I like to see the impact that one person's actions can have on other people's mood or motives. You see somebody outside running or doing something that you used to do when you were a young person, a younger person. You choose to not go in the house and just lay down or sit down and get a shower and go to sleep, take a nap, watch Netflix or snack, right? You choose to change your routine for the day. Now, anyway, I filmed this video for that reason, right? If I'm doing push-ups, now that I'm relaxed and I'm done with the intense workouts, if I'm doing push-ups at a slow and easy rate, right? I might as well just record them and then upload them. And so people who wake up in the morning maybe, no, essentially wake up in the morning because most people who view my story and in general my profiles are average hardworking people. They get up early, go to work until 5 o'clock, and then come home and do whatever they do. But maybe they have time in the afternoon and they see it and it motivates them. But I've come to see that if you want to impress people, maybe that's what you do. But I realized one time uploading a video of I think it was just me doing a simple smile, and I wrote something like, the day's not over yet, the day's not over yet, find time to work on your passion slash hobby for yourself, something like that. And somebody reached out to me and said, well, he didn't reach out to me in that particular day. No, it had been days afterwards. It came up in natural conversation because this stranger had liked my story a couple times, and eventually I decided to enter conversation and we got to know each other a little bit. Anyway, he said, yeah, so I saw your story that day about you talking about passions and hobbies and that the day wasn't over. So then I decided to work on my house repairs instead of falling into a bit of a rut, because he's gone through a lot himself, just like everyone else in the world, everyone else who's probably watched these videos or any other video I've done. People in general, I don't mean just people who watch my videos. But yeah, so my point is right there is videos of you just exercising, working out, it's impressive, sure, but it doesn't motivate people usually, I don't think, essentially, unless they see you do it on a daily basis, weekly basis, and eventually maybe yearly basis. Because, seeing you do that one time is not going to interest them into doing it. But occasionally and gradually over time, seeing you do it may get them thinking about it once. And then from that point on, they will think back to that one time they thought about it, and then they'll ask themselves, why don't I? And then maybe they think about bringing it into their relationship, saying, hey, I'm gonna do this, you wanna join? Go on a jog, babe, something like that. There's a lot of other scenarios, but just putting a few words on there can help exponentially, because they're words, and words have such a big meaning to the people who need to see them. To me, at that very moment, I thought I'd try something new. I wasn't trying to be a motivational guru or something stupid like that. I wasn't trying to write my motivational quote for the day, check mark. No, it's not a goal, and it probably never will be. I mean, I want to help people, and if I make a good impact on someone, then that's groovy, but it's not the goal. Because I've been in a rut and I've been fighting depression and other feelings since October of last month. October of last year. So I by no means am in any shape to be helping or giving advice to other people. Because I'll go on social media and I'll rant in comment sections sometimes. Because why? Because I'm miserable. Because I am unhappy. But that is how I've handled it. Trying to be better, a couple times. How? Because it takes away from me doing the same thing to people in my life. At least this way I'm insulting people who I'll never meet, or people on social media. But I'm starting to see now that that is not who I am either. And being agitated, being depressed, being miserable is not an excuse to treat strangers like trash either. Um, Obviously, this isn't something I've been doing for years or months. Just maybe three or so times in the course of a couple months. It's not a weekly thing. But anyway, I've worked on it, and I haven't done it at all since. So anyway, the point we were also getting at was the fact that I recorded myself breaking down doing these push-ups. Well, I posted it. I did not post it for sympathy. I did not post it for pity. I posted it so that people could see another human being human. Because I think anyone who posts videos of them being miserable with the purpose of pity or these sort of sympathetic comments, replies, I think those are the people who have a whole other issue altogether to deal with by themselves. I think those are the attention seekers or something like that. They're using their miserable feelings or their scenario to draw out sympathy of some sort or pity. I didn't do it for that reason. I did it so that, the saying that women like to say often, or some, I think mature women anyway, like to say, it's okay for men to cry. Well, to put that into a realistic scenario, I was crying very badly that night over all sorts of things I can't even begin to get into. Not only because it's a lot, but also because I'm not in that moment anymore. I can't recall everything I was thinking about. But regardless, and I got replies on Facebook especially. I think it was two. Yeah, two replies about it. And basically this one girl reached out and she said, gosh, I can't remember her name. I have the messages, of course. They were both sweethearts, but one of them had lost her grandma just recently. And I gave her my condolences and I said I was very sorry for her loss, and we talked a little bit. And then the other one said, I'm glad you posted this. And she said something like, it's okay to cry. It's okay. Um, she she said baby too, and I didn't take it in a flirtatious way whatsoever. I understand the reason, like a motherly comment, because in that moment I was a adult man crying like a child, and she was referring to me as that way, you know, because every man should love their mother. I have no reason to. She didn't treat me right. She didn't love me enough. I love my grandmother though. A lot of men have a motherly figure somewhere in their life, and if they don't, then that's the exact reason why they're as miserable as they are, or why they mistreat women. But that's going into something else. She said that she had been going through a hard time herself, this young lady, who told me it was okay to cry and such, and she said she was glad that I posted that because she had been bawling her eyes out the night before, and she was just glad to see somebody else show it, actually show it, because she didn't post it. Because as you know, it is very disliked upon to post videos of you crying on the internet. Women especially would do it. I know when I was in high school, girls would always do it. And then that you always had the other girls who would post saying, you know, stop doing this shit. Stop crying online. No one cares. You know, it's cringy, blah, blah, blah. No one cares. And, you know, fair enough. I can't exactly disagree. But, you know, obviously, if you're doing it for attention, it is cringy and, you know, stop it. Stop. You know, but there are the other scenarios where it is a cry for help. I have done cries for help, essentially. But this was not that. In this moment, this night, I was not doing a cry for help. I'm sure that's how a few people saw it. That's probably why they didn't reply to my message. You know, some people do these posts, these crying videos, you know, for a reply. They want to see who's their real friends. Well, I don't need people to reply to my thing saying, oh, are you okay? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. I don't need them to do that to know they're my real friends. My real friends have lives, and they have jobs, and they have family, and they have all these other things to take care of, just like I do. I don't need them to swipe up on any and every single message or post that I do that might be concerning. They've been there before, and they've reached out before. So it's all good. It's groovy. Um, so, you know, I did not do it for that purpose. I posted a video for the exact purpose of that young lady reaching out to me about it, thanking me for expressing how I felt in the moment so that others would know it was okay. Um, and I don't do it in some sort of heroic feeling to make me feel better in any sort of way. To me, in all transparency, I did it because I think of it like I think of depression and all, and depression as a whole. I think if we posted things less about wanting attention and wanting attraction, then it would feel more healing. Um, like, so I think if we all just pat each other on the back and said it's gonna be okay, and then said thank you, or said thank you, and then said it'll be okay, vice versa, either way, and left it at that, it would be good. That's how we heal together, even as strangers. You see somebody who's not okay, you just ask them, "Are you okay?" And you leave it at that. You know, you talk up, you start, and then that might spark some conversation if they're willing to. You know, so and that raises another question. You know, that someone might have for me doing that scenario, or for me being the way I was that night. Was I doing it as a social experiment? Was I doing it as that? No, absolutely not. Because I already know someone's gonna reach out saying, "Are you okay?" or something like that. It's not to figure out who, you know. That would be, like I said before, someone immature trying to figure out who their real friends are. I did it as a way of healing, um, not because I think it would heal somebody essentially, but so that you know others know that it's okay to feel. Because it's easy to, when somebody shows them just working out all the time and training, to think, oh, they're doing what they enjoy, you know, and that's it. Well, I think if you only post your life when you're having the good times in your life, if you only post and share the good times in your life and the miracles in your life, then you're not being honest with others or yourself. Because essentially, if you're showing only happy times in your life, you're trying to paint an image. of yourself that doesn't exist. And when you try and do that, paint a picture of yourself that doesn't exist, you end up with identity crisis. And I've already had too many of those. Not from that reason, trying to paint a picture of myself, but for other traumatizing things. But I'd say for other people, they probably struggle with that identity issue, uh, um, because of, projecting a vibe, a feeling, a mood, a image of themselves that is not who they are on the inside, right? Because I'm not going to post training and exercising videos of me trying to work hard for something, but also not show my downfalls and my downhills and this and that, because that would take away from all of it. You post, I mean, and you don't essentially have to post. No, fuck, screw the internet, okay? Not everyone needs to know. But I don't have a big following. I have a small following of friends mainly, and I like it that way, and I'm okay with it that way. So I'm in no way trying to reach out to the internet or social media for sympathy or pity. As I explained already multiple times in this video alone, which wasn't the complete purpose of this video. I thought, because I felt really bad tonight, but I always feel better after making a video and getting it out of my head, because I'm discouraged by my handwriting, and also just because it's a lot to think about and I just can't write that fast or type that fast. So this talking makes me feel better. It's therapeutic. Not to other people though, but talking in a way that I know it will not go to waste, I guess. Maybe somebody can relate. That is therapeutic. I'll probably end the video here around 27 minutes because it's a pretty long video, and I don't know how much longer I could go on here. So yeah. Um. So have a good night, and please comment down in the section below if you need advice or have any questions. Have a good one.